Peace, hello. Just come from the gym. We're still here in this beautiful condominium complex, and well, that's the library. I'm gonna jump in the pool, meet my family, and then I'll explain you a few things about us. You know, like frequently asked questions, if you will. Hey guys, you're up, and you're all good. You want to go swimming? Yes, you do. You have nice goggles here. I like it. There's the smallest version of the Moonshine family. Hello, Dylan. How are you? You brought your ball. Oh, wow.
I forgot.
Oh.
I forgot to. Actually, I wanted to.
What did you want?
Take off my dress, but I didn't do it.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. But we don't wear dresses while swimming anyway. Especially not me, because I'm a man, right? A real man. You're already inside. What's the water like? How's the water? It's cool. Oh, don't worry, the ball fell in. You want to jump in? So, after swimming, you're going to go to the pool? And now you want to go for a walk?
I forgot Puff.
You did?
I wanted to take him to the pool.
Good thing that you told me that. Yeah, all right. So let's go swimming a little bit, and then
that's
maybe.
Okay, because he doesn't want because Puff doesn't like water.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he is a dog. Because he is a dog.
Puff is a dog. All right. So let's explain these people what we're about. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. It almost looks like I wanted to show you our beautiful pool, but it's not only that. Let's tell you. We tell them?
Tell them what?
Well, tell them about us, you know? Should I?
Okay.
Yeah? All right, let's do it.
You can do that.
And, hey, how do you like your life?
It's great.
It's great. Alrighty. Big guns. Good. Goggles. I like those goggles. The sun is going.
Are you a little doggy? My little doggy. Little doggy.
Do you want? So this is actually very close to our condo. So we come walking here. It was kind of nice. Also in the evening for a stroll around, it's quite nice. Well, now the sun is coming back. It's not always so nice. Hey, let's get back to the skinny. We started in 2017, and we actually we flew into Bangkok and traveled traveled Thailand extensively, traveled Malaysia extensively, Singapore, and took a plane from there. I mean, we started our whole traveling life actually here in Malaysia, basically. Well, Thailand and Malaysia, but let's call it Malaysia because this video is shot in Malaysia, right? And we did spend spent 3 months in Malaysia, and we flew into Athens, into Greece from Singapore, and went up to what's it called? Not into Croatia, but no, we were from Greece. We went up to
Albania.
No, Montenegro, Albania, Croatia, Bosnia, whatever, all of that, and then we spent after 1 year of traveling, we spent kind of like summer weeks back in Switzerland, meeting family and friends, and then we took a plane to Spain for a night,
yeah.
because of the flight convenience. It was not convenient, it was very expensive, but you know, that's what they do to you. And we flew from Madrid, Spain, to Quito, Ecuador. So we basically spent a year and a half in South America. Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay, Brazil. And then we flew.
Brazil, we flew to
And then it was like a year. Yeah, when in Portugal, we spent some time there in Porto. Actually, it was really cool. And
it was raining the whole week.
It was raining all day. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And the whole week, I mean. We spent a week there. We had an Airbnb actually, and then that was like a year and a half, and then we went back for the next visit, you know, meet the old friends and family, and then we took a flight.
Then we flew to Bangkok again.
We flew in Bangkok. Yeah, we flew into Bangkok again because it was so beautiful the first time. And we did a thing, and then we went up to Laos. We spent a few weeks in Laos. went back into Thailand, and then we traveled through it and went to Malaysia. And that was the time when I started this channel, this Moonshine and Lemongrass channel, which is kind of exciting, but of course there was not much going on at the time. And you know, basically a couple of weeks after, or maybe it was a couple of months later, I'm not sure, they started with this pandemic thing. And that was when we were in Malaysia, that's when it started. You know, basically everything comes and ends with Malaysia, right? Anyway, so then they told us, or everybody, yeah, you guys, you can go home, take a plane home. Oh, sorry, these cars. Anyway, yeah, they said, yeah, why don't you go home? Now it's pandemic, so everybody goes home. I said, nah, we're not going home. We just visited home, right? Kind of like. And then we stayed in Malaysia for 13 months. So but we decided not to fly home into Switzerland. We were thinking about flying, I don't even remember where. Lots of places came to mind, but none of them worked, right? Because kind of like the whole world shut down in a way. Yeah, so we figured, let's stay in Malaysia, because they were friendly enough to let us stay, you know. Like usually we only get 3 months visa when we arrive, like 90 days. And yeah, back then I said, yeah, you can stay as long as you want, as long as you shut up. No, like comply and stuff like that. You know about that, the whole compliance thing. Anyway, so we stayed 13 months, mainly in Georgetown, but in between we did a trip down to Malacca, traveled around KL, Pulau Pankor, and we went to, what's it called? City, Taiping, yeah. And we went off to Perlis. And then where this little guy was kind of like shaken into life, right? Into living, whatever, conceived, you know what I mean, right? Let's not get there into details. And then, yeah, we, after 13 months in Malaysia, we could have stayed longer actually, but we figured if this travel channel should work, you might as well be traveling a little bit. And it was a little bit more loose after, it was a year and a half, no, it was more than a year. So then we flew into Egypt. We spent a month and a half in Egypt. And from Egypt we flew into Pakistan, where we traveled around and, you know, upheld the vlog. So, and Pakistan was cool. We liked it a lot. India was still closed down for visitors. I mean, yes, at the time we had to make sure where we could travel to. And there was many countries you could not go to, right? I mean, it was not the time of vaccination. It's just some countries were just closed for foreigners, right? So, yeah. So from Pakistan, we, then by the time we've been traveling again a year and a half, and we flew into Switzerland because my wife was pregnant and the little baby. And we wanted to get the baby, maybe even in Malaysia or Thailand, but yeah, time was not on our side, and the pandemic did not want us really to be so.
Even in Switzerland was difficult.
Yeah, even in Switzerland was difficult, like with testing.
You could not,
you know.
visit me.
Let's not talk about it. I'm trying to forget that. Yeah. And it's another car. But then we had Dylan, and you know, met friends and family and all, right? And then we flew.
He was 3 weeks old.
Yeah, when he's 3 weeks old, there's the whole thing. We spent like 3 months in Switzerland. That visit, which was kind of like long, right? But it was, of course, it's a good thing. We would like to spend 3 months in Switzerland every once in a while, right? Not a bad thing. And then anyway, so after when he was 3 weeks old, we flew into Marrakesh, Morocco. Yeah. So which was no problem. There's no restrictions and all. Yeah. But when we flew, right when we landed, actually there was like after 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, they closed the borders. We could still move around and all inside the country. There's no problem. There was no restrictions really. Yeah, you could do pretty much what you wanted. Although they also had a pretty severe lockdown, I think. But it was before we went there. So in the end, we ended up staying 5 months in Morocco because we could not leave. I mean, so, yeah, it was like closed down for 3 months, maybe 3 months. Yeah. Then we were like Morocco. Morocco's great, so you should definitely visit Morocco. And then from Morocco, we decided we have to go somewhere else, you know. but all the neighboring countries were kind of like closed still. So we flew. We were in the capital of Morocco, and we got a visa for India. Although they did not give out visas for India. India did not give out visas yet. So we're the first ones to receive a visa because I was quite pushy. And the guy, he liked me. He didn't know my vlog, by the way. But yeah, he said I was quite pushy. But he'll give us 3 months visa. So we got a 3 months visa. It was not cheap, I'll tell you that. So that was our first 3 months in India. No, I've been to India before. We have been to India before without the children. But anyway, so it was good until we caught COVID right when we wanted to fly back to Malaysia. Actually, we caught COVID. Nothing happened. It was just it's just a little flu or something, or a little cold. We didn't feel bad, but we tested positive. As you test positive very easily if there's a trace of that virus with these PCR tests, they're not like the best testing, but let's not talk about that. Anyway, so we had to stay another month in Kolkata. We had to pay a whole lot of money for overstaying the visa, although they made us test.
Till we got the exit permit.
Yeah, the exit permit. So anyway,
the last day.
We paid like $1,000 or whatever. Anyway, so we flew to Malaysia. Well, let's get this thing rolling. Anyway, we spent another 3 months in Malaysia traveling around, and then we flew to Sri Lanka from KL after 3 months. We spent a very expensive 3 months in Sri Lanka, which we like very much. Sri Lanka is beautiful, but not so much the government, who screwed us over, scammed us on the visa. Yeah, which we're not happy about, not at all. But anyway, yeah. So after 3 months, we came back to Malaysia. We stayed in KL for another 3 months.
You take it.
So when we stayed 3 months, yeah, that was the second one was, I don't know how many times, we always come back to Malaysia. Malaysia is like our center, right? So then I got sick, and I had my brother visited, yeah, that's true. And then I had like this iron deficiency, I was kind of like I got sick. Iron deficiency is no joke. It's not a disease, it's not a sickness really, but it's kind of like, yeah, you feel sick. You have no strength. You kind of like almost faint, and so it was not nice. But it went away after some weeks after I started taking iron and eating meat. Yeah. So and then we went up to Thailand. Also with my brother and his wife and their daughter. Yeah, kind of like, and then from Thailand we flew into India. We spent 3 months in India, mostly Tamil Nadu and Kerala, and now we're here in Borneo, in Kuching, Sarawak. So that's kind of like our story, although probably taking so long to tell. And this should have been 6 years, This is supposed to be like a frequently asked questions video. Anyway, so what do people ask us frequently? Like, what about your kids' education? They ask. Yeah, that's a question I get a lot. Our kids are homeschooled. They're not going to a school. My wife is a teacher, an educated teacher, and so we educate them at home with the important stuff. We teach them, whatever, all the basic like reading, writing, maths, and stuff. Of course, things that you actually need, not like things you don't need. And then things what they're interested in. So we kind of try to find out what are they actually interested in. I'm thinking all like reading, writing, not him, not the small one, but the other two. And yeah, so they're capable of also reading lots of stuff, right? Learning lots of stuff. But yeah, this is all under control. I mean, some people sometimes worry, but they do not worry, right? It's not because you're a teacher, it's because there's nothing to worry about.
No.
Because we
learn, they like to see stuff.
Yeah, they're quite passionate about certain things. And we're not the dumbest people on the block. And yeah, that's it. So don't worry about it. They're learning a lot. Because what we want is that they learn a lot, Kind of like makes sense, right? How do we keep fit? Yeah, we do gym. If we stay somewhere, we have gym, or we go jogging, or do our workout routine. So we both train like an hour or 2 hours a day, even sometimes more. So that one is also settled. And what do people ask? They, how do you finance yourselves? I have a YouTube channel that is...
Watching it right now.
You're watching it right now? Yeah, it's kind of like... well, also I write books. I write audio plays. I write theater. But that is like the other life, you know, that I still have, but not right now. We're just not existing in this European kind of world, you know. You basically say YouTube being the main bread giver. People ask how much money we spend a month. It's very difficult to say. Let's say $1,000 maybe, or 1,500, something in that.
Depends on the country.
It depends on the country, of course. The differences, but I don't think they mean Switzerland. But like it's in Asia. It's not like the most expensive part in the world. It's cheaper than Europe. I would even say cheaper than South America, but although it's similar, South America is quite cheap. Well, it depends. Argentina was not cheap, or Brazil is not cheap. But yeah. So what else do people ask? Our language, what we speak, what language you speak at home.
Maybe they can answer themselves.
Let's ask you, how many languages you speak?
English, German, and Swiss.
English, German, and Swiss. You too, I suppose, right?
Yes, and a little bit Bahasa.
You're a little bit Bahasa, that's true, actually.
Fish can speak Bahasa a little bit. She said, saya suka apel.
What can you say in Bahasa? Yeah, never mind. I'm not going to put you on the spot, all right? No, never mind. But if you think of something, you let me know. Never mind, you speak very good Bahasa. Don't you worry, guys. We don't have to prove anything to anyone. We're in the P residence where we were staying here in Kuching, in our condo complex, which is quite nice. I like it. Oh, we're back. We went for this walk, and then the sun came out when we came back, and now the sun disappeared again. And it's like in the middle of the day. Anyway. Yeah. Then we get asked about which ones is your favorite country. And I must say, I don't really have a favorite country. Although, of course, Malaysia is very much high up there. India is very much high up there. Morocco, Thailand. I mean,
Morocco, definitely.
Morocco, I love Morocco. They just had an earthquake a few weeks ago. It's like 3,000 dead. I'm not sure. That's very sorry to hear that, but I cannot react to everything. It's bad that these things happen. But anyway, yeah, Morocco, definitely good. Malaysia, of course. Malaysia's kind of like home. It's like kind of like Switzerland. Malaysia is
the country we know best.
the best, I would say. I mean,
After Switzerland.
After Switzerland, Malaysia, India, we know a lot and like a lot. But we can't really, it's not a stupid question to ask someone, but it's kind of like an unfair question. Because you don't know what kind of experiences you had at a certain moment, and it can change your perception of a country, right? Let's say we were here during the pandemic. I say, oh God, come on, Malaysia sucks because it was a pandemic. Now that pandemic was all around the world, right? And it's basically over now, almost over, but I think it's over. Yeah. People ask what kind of food, or what's your favorite foods, or what kind of food do you have? We basically don't have a favorite food, but we eat local food. Every country we go to, we eat local food. We do not eat any imported or any foreigner tourist cafes and eat, let's say, Swiss food or Italian food. No. We're in Malaysia, we eat makanan Malayo. We're in India, we eat Indian foods. We're in Thailand, we eat Thai foods. Like just kind of like the worker food, the food of the working.
Why do you always say olive?
What do you think?
We have favorite food.
In every country, there's favorite foods. Yeah, it's true.
My favorite food from Malaysia.
Yeah.
Maybe roti canai and.
Yeah, whatever. There's lots of. We don't even have to highlight anything. Or from India, there's so many good foods, right? Morocco, so many good foods. Wouldn't even know where to start. Thailand, but yeah. So, again, frequently asked question. I cannot answer really, or answer like this. People ask also this kind of like strange questions, but questions that come again and again. Like, what are you guys doing all day? You don't have jobs, or you don't go to school. Yeah, no, we're not.
Around all day.
We're not lazy. We're actually, yeah. Let's say in the morning we start with workout routine. Me and my wife, and then kind of like the kids start their reading stuff, doing some scholarly efforts, playing, lots of playing, right? And then we go out for a walk. Yeah, a lot of reading, and I write books, right?
And we watch TV sometimes.
Sometimes we watch TV, not too much. Only educational stuff. It's not true. But yeah, it's time flies by, just like you would fly by when you stay at home or stay in one place and do your work. You know, it's not so different. I also shoot videos. I sometimes even read up on them. You cannot always tell, I know, because I do not plan ahead. Like in this video here, I figured it was going to be an easy video, but then now it's going well. But it took us a long time to explain where we've been. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. What else do we have? What questions do come? Yeah, and people ask, what religion do you have? Because maybe I read up on a lot of religion. I know some of the words, some of the interesting parts of it because I'm interested. We don't have a religion. We are neither Christian nor Muslim nor Hindu nor Buddhist. I mean, kind of like gotten strong with some of the things that I've learned about, like let's say Islam or also Buddhism is interesting. We do take it to heart. We try to be good people. I'm not sure if it works out always, but we do also get into fights sometimes. But that's just natural, I guess. But we do not follow a dogma, But we're not atheists. We still believe there is a creator, or kind of like a creator that made all of this. But we have not figured out yet, if we should belong to one religion or not. But maybe we'll get closer to that. Let's see, what else do we ask? Yeah, kids, so do you guys miss home or miss friends or miss family? Of course, I miss family sometimes and some friends, and not particularly Switzerland. I don't miss it. But how about you guys?
A little bit.
You live a little bit Switzerland or friends? Or both?
Both, maybe,
Yeah. How about you? You're happy here like this, traveling like this? Is it a good life?
Yes.
Is it really a good life?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think, Vincent? You like it? Yeah. Yeah. How about you? Yeah.
I miss my parents sometimes.
Yeah, we
calling them.
and we visit sometimes. I mean, you win some, you lose some, right? You cannot have both. You cannot be a crazy traveling family and being someone at home. It's not working out. That's not the way it works. Which brings us kind of like the last question would be. Last question would be, people ask me, so how long are you planning on living like this, traveling? And first of all, we do not travel all the time. We do stay in certain places 1 or 2 or 3 months, which is kind of like long for us. But, traveling in between, you don't always see everything as we are on YouTube, But even here, and we stayed here almost 2 months in Kuching, which you would not have noticed, right? Because as you have some shootings somewhere in one country, you make lots of videos, and then you move on, and then you take your vacation or take your rest, and focus on studies and learning things and developing things. But anyway, so how long will we do it? I'm not. Yeah, indefinitely. I don't have any plans stopping.
As long as we have fun.
Yeah, and as long as we're surviving, right? But anyway, so I kind of like those were. Hey, Vince, now you coming? Kind of like yeah, I'm sure there's lots of other questions, but I don't want to make this video too long. Maybe we'll get back in a year. Yeah, so we will be doing this for a while, so don't you worry. And thanks for the support. We can use any support from you guys, be it just watching, sending donations, donating something to our Patreon, or it means a lot to us. We are surviving like it, but it's okay. We're not living like the high roller life, but we're not poor and starving either. Anyway, guys, yeah, well, that's basically it, right? Take good care then. See you in my next video. Bye bye. Say bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. You wanna say bye bye? Bye bye. Okay.